Imagine dropping 2 grand on a single piece of tech and walking away feeling like you actually robbed the store. It sounds totally insane, but in exactly 2 short months, Apple is about to drop a brand new device that will literally evaporate from store shelves. We are talking about the long-rumored iPhone Ultra Foldable. And look, I just watched a massive deep dive on this exact thing. And honestly, even the biggest Android fanboys are quietly checking their bank accounts right now. Apple isn't just making another folding phone, they are taking half a decade of annoying Android mistakes and just casually deleting them forever. Let us get right into why this incredibly thin phone is causing a massive panic buy. Let us start with the brain of this operation, because there is a really sneaky detail buried in the fresh leaks that is absolutely mind-blowing. Everyone already knows the new A20 Pro chip will be stupidly fast, but let us be real, speed is kind of boring now. The real magic is how they actually built the thing. For years, Apple has just stacked their memory right on top of the main processor. Sure, it saves space, but it traps heat like wearing a heavy winter jacket inside a sauna. Well, the A20 Pro completely scraps that old playbook. They actually moved the memory off to the side and covered it with a solid metal blanket that hugs the internal cooling system directly. Less trapped heat means this crazy thin phone will not turn into a frying pan when you play heavy games. Plus, with a much wider lane for memory, all your graphics and AI stuff is going to feel incredibly smooth. Now, let us talk about the absolute worst part of folding phones, the dreaded crease. This is the exact reason regular folks look at foldables, laugh, and just buy a normal phone. Every single foldable out there has that annoying little ditch running down the dead center. Sometimes you just feel it like a weird speed bump, and in the worst cases, it is exactly where the screen cracks and dies completely. But Apple actually did it. They apparently cracked the code. We are talking about a completely flat, perfectly smooth, zero-crease inner screen. If this holds up when it launches, the absolute biggest excuse for ignoring foldables just vanishes into thin air. And the screens themselves are actually so smart. When the phone is shut, the front screen isn't some weird, skinny remote control that makes your thumbs cramp up. It is wide enough to feel exactly like a normal premium iPhone. This means your TikToks and YouTube Shorts will actually crop correctly, instead of chopping off half the video like other phones do. But then you pop it open. Boom! You're holding a massive 7.8-inch mini iPad, turn it sideways, and it becomes an absolute monster for reading or web browsing. If you game, this bigger screen literally lets you see more of the map around you. It is basically a totally unfair advantage against people playing on regular phones. Oh, and hold on to your seats. Real, actual multitasking is finally coming to the iPhone. Not just making one app look weird and stretched out, but real computer stuff. You can watch a video on one side while furiously typing an email on the other. You can drag and drop pictures between folders like an absolute pro. Now, here's a tiny detail about the audio that almost nobody is talking about, and it might be my favorite part. The 2 speakers on this thing are positioned in a really weird, brilliant way. Instead of putting them both on top or both on bottom, Apple stuck one in the top left corner and the other way down in the bottom right. Apple already has legendary spatial audio software, but this weird diagonal setup is specifically designed to create true surround sound when the phone is wide open. We are probably looking at the absolute best-sounding foldable ever created. Alright, let us talk about battery life. The math here gets a little nerdy, but stay with me because it is super exciting. Early rumors tried to say the Ultra would have a 500 to 800 milliamp hour battery, but if you look at the whole Apple lineup this year, a massive pattern is forming. Leaks for the new iPhone Air point to an 11% battery jump. The iPhone 18 Pro Max leaks show a 10% jump too. If the Ultra gets that exact same special treatment, this battery is going to smash right past 6,000. That would literally crown it the undisputed battery king of the entire foldable market. Of course, you cannot have a foldable without talking about the Hinge. Hinge failure is basically the silent killer of all folding phones everywhere. They get loose, they get crunchy, and they start making weird popping noises over time. Apple is completely dodging all that drama with a brand new liquid metal hinge. It is engineered to stay tight, feel super premium, and outlast anything else you can buy right now. But honestly, underneath all the fancy liquid metal and massive batteries, there is one much simpler reason this phone will sell out instantly. It has the Apple reputation backing it up. You get batteries that do not puff up after 6 months. You get software updates that last for years longer than the competition. So many people have been staring at foldables for a long time, but just never trusted the tech enough to drop their hard-earned cash. This is the exact phone that will finally get them to say yes. So I have to know, is this the phone that finally breaks your wallet and makes you try a foldable for the first time? Or are you still waiting to see if it survives the drop tests? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and I will catch you guys in the next video.